Welcome to the Double Digit Subscribers Special. If you're new here, welcome. I knew you were coming. I'm Psychic. We're celebrating the monumentous occasion of hitting double digit subscribers. 10 of you lovely people have decided, hey, I like what this guy has going on, and I'm going to support it in a small way. And for that, I'm really grateful. So, as a show of my gratitude to the top comment left on this video, you will have the honor of selecting the charity that I donate 10 big buckaroos to. One for every subscriber that's gotten me here. But not just that. Top comment will also receive a nice glossy JPEG of the handcrafted tortoise that I'm about to create here for you today. As you can see, some tortoises have already been created. Some tortoises you're not getting one of these. These are higher quality than what you're getting. These guys are fantastic. Look at this. This guy's Yu-Gi-Oh, but he has the sunglasses from Gurren Lagann. That's medicinal, I bet. This guy's making spaghetti, but he's really pissed about it, or he's fighting the spaghetti. This guy looks a little derpy. Expect significantly closer to this guy. But let's get started. Pick a nice dark color for the outline. I got a fancy mouse. I'm going to turn down my DPI. There we go. Alright, so the first thing that a tortoise has that everybody loves, a nice shell. So we start getting that sweet, sweet curve. I used to do a lot of drawing like this. You know what? I've actually done quite a bit of drawing like this at two of my jobs. One of them, I was training to sell insurance, but knew I was going to leave that job. I was just there for the summer. I knew I was going back to school. I did not give a shit about insurance. In fact, actually being there, it just made me feel like insurance was a big scam. So, during the training, I didn't pay that much attention because, I'm actually not going to be taking any calls. So, I played in Microsoft Paint the whole time. I got really good at it. Used to draw beach scenes. They're pretty nice.
I think I've seen some outer space that you've drawn.
Yeah, I love drawing space because it's mostly just white dots and some colored dots to get better stars. And oh my god, this turtle's coming out great. I mean, tortoise. It's very important that I'm a tortoise. It's from the desert.
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. I think that's kind of all the outlining a little tortoise needs. Let's give him some fill-in color, though. So the reason I picked the psychic tortoise is I was just looking for adjective noun, and I had wanted to be a red oyster as a reference to one of my favorite bands, the Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah.
But Red Oyster is some woman from a reality TV show somehow, and not just
Yeah.
nonsense.
She was on Flavor of Love.
And so I could not use that name.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just thought about, what are other animals I like? And the reason it's psychic is I just think psychic, magic, all that paranormal stuff is awesome. It just really interests me. It always has. So I'm the psychic tortoise. Also, it wasn't taken anywhere. That's one of the biggest parts. There were many other names that were considered, but taken.
Yeah, hard to find something unique. But I think this one is good. It reminds me of you. It reminds me of video game guy stuff. I think it's a good pick.
Yeah, I really liked it. Would, if anybody can actually draw a non AI generated profile picture would feel pretty good. Maybe I will use this tortoise for that. And somebody will just get a glossy JPEG of my profile picture.
Yeah.
Probably I won't do that. I think that they should have this is their JPEG. I actually have commissioned somebody to get me a new profile picture. They're just finishing college right now, so they're a little busy. Oh, gotta silence my phone. Thankfully, this is a recording. I can go cut that out way easier than I can with the stream. I'm glad we did a bunch of practice turtles first. I threw all of my practice turtles in the gar. Son of a bitch! I keep saying turtle. They're not turtles. I'm like the opposite of that kid in that video who. I'm like the opposite of that kid in that video who knows everything about turtles.
I know that kid. Not personally, I've just seen that video.
It's one of my favorite videos because I know that exact feeling of being a kid. I just did a report, learned a million fun facts. I am now king of turtles.
Yeah, I know about 14 things total, one for every year old I am, and you're not gonna fucking question me on this one.
Yeah, man. Especially in the video, there's clearly a turtle swimming. Tortoises don't swim. That's the big difference. Oh, what color is his shell? His shell's got to be brown. That's the color turtle shells be. I watched the Ninja Turtles. Even though in real life, most turtle shells are green.
Well, the
Tortoise
turtle
shell.
belly is like. I think the shell is got a lot of yellow and brown for a lot of species, and the belly's always yellow.
Yeah, they're cowards. They're just a cool animal. Also, I watched the Ninja Turtles growing up. That's why I keep saying turtle, as I keep thinking of the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Just, they're just my favorite. I'm really excited. There's supposed to be a Last Ronin game coming out. If you don't know anything about the Last Ronin, uh, all of the Ninja Turtles except for one gets killed, and it's a revenge story, as far as I know. And that sounds incredible.
Oh, I don't know which Ninja Turtle is the remaining turtle, and I don't think you do either.
I
But
do
if you were
not.
writing it, which one would you, when you did the writing, which one would you make it?
Thought about it a bunch of times, and I you gotta do Michelangelo, I think. The funny, goofy one being the only one remaining has to like hold up the honor and the name and like give up that part of himself. I think that's really good. And if it's not Michelangelo, it's got to be Raphael. It depends on how nuanced this revenge story is. Is revenge good? Because then maybe it should be Raph, who is so angry. But I think if you're trying to tell the kind of story you generally do with like a kung fu, a martial arts, like brotherhood story, you're way more likely to pick Mikey. And it's just what makes sense to me. Is forcing him to like grow up in a horrible way.
Mikey you want to pick because he's like the least suffering and like the youngest brother? Is that?
Yes, he is the fun-loving, the happiest, the the one that it would be the biggest heel turn for him
To
to
turn
like,
evil.
yeah, to go after revenge, to and to be the last one left. It, Mikey is, I feel like, the one that most shouldn't be without his brothers.
Oh, okay. I wonder. This is the opposite question. Um, which one is the most like Flash in that it causes the Flashpoint and turns the Justice League into the Justice Lords? And is that also Mikey?
See, that could be. If Mikey dies, then everybody is thrown on the warpath, right? You can't kill the goofy brother.
Mhm.
But if I'm writing it, I think losing the leader. I think losing Leonardo.
Losing Leonardo is what makes them lose their ability to keep doing good.
That they've lost, yeah, that like moral compass backbone, because presumably Splinter is also gone.
Yeah. Yeah, if
And
I'm writing
so,
this story, they lose their dad while they're still teens.
yeah, because Splinter was always old. He at least he's supposed to be. Like, rats don't live forever, and that's just a reality.
I think that if I'm writing it, I make the oldest, most in charge, most responsible brother is the last one remaining because of how it would fucking kill him.
Oh, yeah, and it would too. That's where I was thinking you could do a really interesting story. You have the hot-headed one, Raphael, fly off the handle, and he's the reason that the others died.
And he has to live with knowing, like, actually, if I had listened when my older brother said chill out, then
Then they'd still be here.
yeah.
That would be a really powerful and interesting story too. I don't know. I've got to read it. I love comics. I love the Ninja Turtles. I've read a pretty significant amount of the old comics, but it was like 10 years ago when I read them. I have to go back through to really remember stuff, but it was before, like, before they had different mask colors and stuff. It was like the real original.
Wow.
Okay, it's looking pretty tight. Some of these lines a little bit. Let's give him some eyes. What color eyes does a psychic tortoise have?
I've been doing purple on the psychic one and blue on the regular one. Or just cartoon eyes on the regular one. I don't know if purple on the psychic one is actually. What if it's a crazy bright yellow or something?
I'm gonna use the circle tool, and I just don't think that's gonna work for me. Those holes. Happy because we got 10 subscribers. Happy. Hell
Oh, look
yeah.
at that smile.
That's a smile everyone can love. Blue eyes. Let's see if we He's pretty dope. I'm actually pretty happy with this turtle. Or tortoise. God, son of a bitch. Like, get a shock collar or something every time I say turtle.
I've been having a lot of fun drawing these little guys.
Did you say guys?
Are they not guys?
Do you have multiple turts that you've done in the time I've done my turt?
No, I just drew. I think one since you started.
Okay. Oh hell, and he's got like a straight up Ninja Turtle head. Wait. I think that guy's new.
Oh wait, you know what? I did do the rainbow mandala one while you were.
Yeah.
So I did make two, but he doesn't. They're not very detailed.
He's pretty handsome. Your first one does look evil because of his eyes. He
My
looks like
very
he has
first.
evil intentions.
Maybe he is evil. Look at him.
He looks evil. And you could be the owner of this glossy JPEG with fantastic. I'm gonna fix my turtle's head. I keep looking at it. It keeps being awful. I
Can't live with it.
I
Can't live
can't.
with it like that.
I can't.
Thought you could live with it, you can't.
That's not the right color. Isn't that crazy green to have gone with the like as the standard green?
They're what are they? They're like the millennial grayish version of all of the colors. They're very desaturated.
Give him a little bit of a chin. Helped. Some neck wrinkles. Beefcake. I don't know how you beefcake arms actually. I think I have to. I don't know how to draw. In case that wasn't apparent. Um, ooh, look at that long neck. What's going on here?
No. Try to make them buff. Haven't haven't drawn this in a long time. I used to be able to draw. Remember I play those like guess what I'm drawing games online?
Oh yeah, those are
Buff
a lot
Arms
of
was
fun.
one of the ones I could do. What do they do? They do like the fist towards themselves. That's why it looks backwards. That's how you buff. Look at that.
There you go. It's a buff looking tort. Not all about mental strength. You also gotta be tough as hell.
Do you remember the ad for the Ben Stiller movie that had every annoying kid saying boom boom firepower for a year?
Oh,
Oh, it was a Nightmare at the Museum 2. Night at the Museum 2. And one of the guys said boom boom firepower. And that's how you knew a kid drove their parents crazy, was how often they repeated that line. And the buy me gum gum dum dum and
yeah,
puppy monkey baby. Oh,
the buy me gum gum dum dum. That's the one. I remember that one.
yeah, that was from the first movie of that series.
Is that a beloved franchise? Do people like love Nightmare at the Museum, or is it recognized as the like mid piece of shit it is?
I love the first one. The second one doesn't have that guy that everyone loved who killed himself, so it's not as good.
Yeah, missing Robin Williams would do that.
Sorry for not remembering his name and only remembering how devastated I was.
You're fine.
And then another thing, I found out about his suicide in the like passenger seat of a date's car. I just like see the headline. I go to open my phone for something else, see the headline, and I'm on the date with the type of man who goes, "No, he's not."
Ugh.
Because if Robin Williams was dead, I would know. I just saw a Robin Williams movie, and I was like, well, like, no, this is like breaking news. And you had to sit there and Google it like 4 times.
Jeez.
And he was probably just in denial, right? But there was a large part of it was like, there's no way that she could know anything about movies that I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know movie guys. I know how they are.
Or I had consumed a lot of media about the making of movies and a lot of like, here's a script that they read but didn't buy type of things. And to get a movie guy to believe that a movie was almost about something else is apparently really hard.
I wish there were more people because I've met plenty of cool movie people who like just genuinely enjoy the art form and talk about it like normal folk. And then
Yeah.
for some reason, that's one of the ones that like draws in the the most extreme like weirdo fans. They're like, no,
Mhm.
I'm the guy that knows the most of everything ever about. And it's like, well, probably not. I don't know why you like that. People aren't like this about painting it that I know of.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anyone who knows how to draw who's trying to tell me that I'm enjoying a painting wrong. But movie
Right?
guys are always trying to tell me that I was enjoying the movie incorrectly. In fairness, I have terrible taste in movies. I actually there's a Mario movie that was like so bad that he drank himself to death, and then there was the worst of the Star Wars movies, and I'm just like, no, this is like a 90-minute romp. This is fine to me.
See, but people now, everybody's like the prequels are good. I love them. They're very fun movies. I don't know. People love the
Oh, am
Star
I
Wars
allowed to like
prequels.
them now?
You're allowed
Well,
to
I guess
like them. I'm now in the minority.
I was actually always allowed to like them because I would just say, yeah, Ewoks. So it's different, but
The people who love the Star Wars prequels, I disagree with them wholeheartedly, but they are now the majority. I'll die before I respect anybody who liked The Hobbit, though.
I'm afraid of the buff tortoise I drew. I don't like him.
Yeah, you've created a monstrosity, and thankfully it's going to be out of our house and into someone else's when they receive the glossy JPEG for their top comment.
I hope the $10 goes to a real charity, and I hope they don't just say some nonsense.
It's going to a real charity. If you just say some nonsense, nothing will happen.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Oh, he
No.
needs a tail.
Yeah, that's what he's missing. That'll really tie it together.
Oh,
Perfect. Your perfect son. We should size these turtles and arrange them. I want my turtle to be at the middle.
yeah.
Several of these other turrets, we should size them up and put them around.
Okay. Um, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this like Snorlaxy guy down here. So let's get him. Let's get him up here.
What about this guy cooking the spaghetti? What if he was cooking the spaghetti for everybody? What if it's big spaghetti he's cooking?
Some of my tortoises got overlapped.
Oh, stole someone's shell. Oh, I found it. Okay. I'm gonna try to make it small, put it back. Yeah, it's good enough. Let's get this cool anime one. Against the spaghetti.
Okay, make him a little smaller, and then let me move this guy and make him bigger.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
you hit
okay.
Control Z?
Yep.
Unless you've done things. Okay, now make him big again. I just had to rescue the derpiest one. Make the one with the gay mandala a little bigger. There we
Is it a gay mandala? I guess it's pretty rainbow.
I tried to make it a gay mandala. Tried to make it pride.
Oh yeah.
You know, what's funny is I think moving them around has like messed the like their eyes are all a little wonky and stuff now.
Yeah, when you slide them around, it slides them as weird. The like pieces that it slides.
I didn't realize till I saw you do it that they'd been like slipping around.
Give this guy his leg back. That's a JPEG.
Should we sign it? Psychic
Yes.
Tort and Tort Wife?
Sign it. I'm gonna sign it in my favorite color. Oh no! It looks like a 4-year-old is turning in their homework.
You sign the top. I'll sign the bottom.
Oh, oh. Oh, good. And mom signed off on it.
Cool. Cool, cool.
Good signature. Good signature. Now let's generate this image. Yeah, there it is. There's the JPEG.
Excellent.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, we've got that. Uh, Decision will be made in a week, so May 14th of 2025. Make your decision by then. Put it in the comments, and I will give them $10. Assuming it's a real charity, I will not donate the garbage. But you have a good one. Be sure to like and subscribe if you loved the 10 subscriber special. I mean, the double digit subscriber special. You know what? We'll call it the 10 subscriber special right here because I will do another one of these if it hits like 25 or 50.
Now it asked me if I want to save this as a ping. You did promise a JPEG.
Oh, I will convert this son of a bitch to a JPEG. They're not getting a ping. How am I going to send a file that big? All right. Well, thank you. You have a good one. And join us for the next one.